All right, what's good? What's good? This is the Chicago Sports Talk. Michael back at it with another video talking, of course, the Chicago Bears. And Bears fans, we have a lot to talk about on our hands. Prior to yesterday's game, which the Bears blew out the Cincinnati Bengals, go check out my post game reaction and live stream to that on my channel. Um, Caleb's performance has been skyrocketing the media. It has gotten to so many NFL players, like Tyreek Hill, saying that he tweeted when Caleb threw the ball to DJ Moore. I mean, not DJ Moore. It was when Caleb threw the ball to Roma Doomsday. He said, "quote Caleb reminds me of dot dot dot." And everybody with a brain knows what Tyreek Hill is referring to. And no, it's not Tua. It's obviously 3 time Super Bowl champion Patrick Mahomes. And I have a lot to discuss about it because the question is Caleb Williams similar to Patrick Mahomes, as everybody wants to compare the two? And I've been saying this prior to us drafting him, that saying he's Patrick Mahomes or is going to be similar to what Patrick Mahomes did is putting way too much pressure on Caleb Williams, because we all know Caleb Williams ever since he started in college. He has been compared to Patrick Mahomes. And I'm not saying it's not for the wrong reasons. Obviously, if you look at college and you look at what Patrick Mahomes did, they're similar in a way, but the problem that I didn't see is I thought when they were comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, I was thinking that people were saying, oh, he's going to be in the similar spot as Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes, and I'll say this. The 2017 NFL draft, where everyone wants to bring up, oh, the Bears passed up on Patrick Mahomes. Nobody in their right mindset thought Patrick Mahomes was going to do anything. So that was a surprise to everybody. So no one was expecting Mahomes to take a massive leap when he started. And I'll keep saying this until I'm in the graves. I do think Mahomes would not succeed in Chicago. Would he be as good as he is in Kansas City? No, he would not be as good in Kansas City. Because it was a very different we had a very different setup between what they had in Kansas City for what we had at the time. I mean, we had Mike Glennon, they had Alex Smith, who basically won the division. I mean, yeah, well, granted, Mahomes is better than Alex Smith, and we had Mike Glennon, who couldn't even, like, Mahomes wouldn't even have the benefit to sit behind Glennon because Glennon was so terrible. Like, we would have threw him out there and it would have ruined his development. So Mahomes had landed in the perfect situation. And it's being similar to Caleb, but the only difference is Caleb is the day one starter. Mahomes was sitting behind Alex Smith. So my issue with the whole comparison is that is way too much expectation. I mean, Mahomes is already probably gonna win his 4th Super Bowl this year, so that's a high ceiling to put Caleb Williams on. And I thought that would ultimately set up Caleb Williams to fail because of the comparison, because people hold way too much expectations on him, and that will set him up to fail. But I didn't understand that they were talking about the play style that they played in. the similar footworks is similar, but they're not saying he's going to have the similar success, which was reasonable for me to think that K that they were saying that he's going to have some similar success, because what I was processing is, if Caleb were to be drafted to the Bears, which he did, he got drafted. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But when Caleb got when I said, if Caleb is Patrick Mahomes, then he should take the Bears to the playoffs. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, you're telling me that Caleb is going to have similar success to when Patrick Mahomes started. I mean, when Patrick Mahomes had his first year started, he threw 50 touchdowns in his rookie year, broke Peyton Manning's passing touchdown record. So that's what you're telling me. What I was processing through my head. You're telling me Caleb is going to have the similar success as Patrick Mahomes, but I understand it was the play style that they were comparing Caleb to Patrick Mahomes, which got me confused. But Caleb was asked about this in an interview, and I think he handled this respectfully, because he was asked about what does he think about Tyreek Hill, saying that he reminds him of Patrick Mahomes. He said this quote: "Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. Caleb Williams is Caleb Williams. I just want to be the best version of myself, not comparing myself to other quarterbacks." And that's reasonable. And I've said this to everybody: let Caleb Williams be Caleb Williams. Don't have the expectation of Mahomes on him. Like, I'm pretty sure Caleb doesn't have those expectations to be Patrick Mahomes. He has the expectations of being the best himself. So, being a perspective, obviously he wants to look up to the quarterbacks, but it's not really going to make a difference for himself, because he wants to be the best version of himself. He wants to be a champion, and he wants to be that in Chicago. He said it before. He wants to stay in the same place for 20 plus years. He wants to win a championship for a franchise that doesn't have much success. So he already has the expectation on himself that he doesn't. He's like, no, I don't need to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't need to be Josh Allen. I don't need to be Lamar Jackson. I don't need to be Tom Brady. I don't need to be Peyton Manning. I don't need to be Drew Brees. I just have to be Caleb Williams, which is the perfect mindset of what it should be. Don't compare any quarterback to anybody. Just be the best version of yourself and move forward with it. Look at your quarterback for who he is and what he can become. I will tell you this right now, and I will eat crow if it doesn't turn my way. Caleb Williams is not going to be in a similar position as Patrick Mahomes in right now, 5 years from now. I'll tell you that right now. Caleb is not going to be in a similar position as Patrick Mahomes right now. I promise you that. I guarantee it. And trust me, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But Caleb's right. Let him be the best version of himself and move along with it. So don't compare him. Don't compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Just compare him to who he is and what he can become. So let me know in the comment section down below how y'all feel about this comparison between Patrick Mahomes and Caleb Williams. Maybe if you guys explain it in the comment section, maybe I will understand it. But let me know in the comment section down below of the comparison between Caleb and Patrick Mahomes. And let me know if you do agree with the comparison. I have a poll on my community tab. So let me know in the comment section down below how y'all feel about this. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and bear down.